Hello everyone. Today we are going to start writing our introductory paragraph for our upcoming essay for Into the Wild. And so today's lecture is an example introductory paragraph for one of your upcoming essays that you can model your own introductory paragraph off of. So this is the expository essay prompt 1 for Into the Wild, and the prompt states, explain McCandless's attitude regarding civilization versus nature. Also discusses feelings about the government and law, and family and friends. Explain McCandless's worldview and what kind of person he was. So in this essay, you are essentially explaining who McCandless was and how he viewed the world. So let's take a look at the formula for our introductory paragraphs. We've been working with this introductory paragraph formula all year long. The first sentence of an introductory paragraph is a hook. This is a catchy statement that introduces the audience to the topic at hand. Remember, I like two types of hooks. The first is a dramatic statement that captures the reader's attention. The second is a direct quote from an outside source. After you've given me your hook, you then create a bridge which links the issue you will be writing about to your hook. Then you summarize the issue, maybe a brief summary of the topic at hand or both sides' position on the issue. And then you give the central claim. This final sentence is the main point that you will be proving throughout your essay. So let's take a look at hook-bridge combos for this prompt for Into the Wild, where we're explaining how McCandless views the world. I decided to go with a quote from an outside source, from Leo Tolstoy, who McCandless actually references throughout the book, so I thought it was a particularly fitting quote. So here's the quote I selected. Leo Tolstoy once said, "I wanted movement and not a calm course of existence. I wanted excitement and danger and the chance to sacrifice myself for my love. I felt in myself a superabundance of energy which found no outlet in our quiet life." So that's a wonderful quote from Leo Tolstoy that I think actually sums up how McCandless views the world very well. So now I need to build a bridge that connects the book that I will be analyzing to that hook, that quote from an outside source. So my bridge states, for Chris McCandless, the focal point of Jon Krakauer's Into the Wild, this quote rings especially true. Now I've connected the idea in my hook, how Chris viewed the world, to my bridge, the actual specific topic of this essay. Now remember, every bridge needs two components to stand. It needs the author of the work that you will be analyzing, in this case Jon Krakauer, and the title of the text that you will be analyzing, in this case Into the Wild. So you'll see that I have those two elements in my bridge. And remember, my bridge has to connect to my hook. After I've built my hook-bridge combo, I then summarize what happens in Into the Wild in 2 sentences. So here's my 2-sentence summary of Into the Wild. In Into the Wild, Chris McCandless abandoned modern society, hoping to find raw, transcendent experience in the Alaskan wilderness. He divorced himself from his upper-class family, gave away his life savings, and lived out of an abandoned bus in the Alaskan taiga, before eventually mysteriously succumbing to starvation. So I've summed up the entire book in 2 sentences. Now all that's left is to give a central claim, the main point that I will be proving throughout this essay. McCandless, contrary to the claims of myriad cynical critics, was not fatalistic or suicidal. He was a 21st century pilgrim in devout pursuit of spiritual connection with the natural world, and it was this devotion, not his untimely death, that inspired millions of readers. So this is what I'm going to prove in my essay, that McCandless wasn't suicidal, that he was actually a pilgrim of Mother Earth, a pilgrim of the natural world. And it's not his death that inspired so many people, but it's actually his desire to connect with the natural world that inspired so many people. So that's the point that I will be proving throughout my essay, and that's what I've stated in my central claim. Let's take a look at all 4 elements of an introductory paragraph as they fit together. So my introductory paragraph reads, Leo Tolstoy once said, "I wanted movement and not a calm course of existence. I wanted excitement and danger and the chance to sacrifice myself for my love. I felt in myself a superabundance of energy which found no outlet in our quiet life. For Chris McCandless, the focal point of Jon Krakauer's Into the Wild, this quote rings especially true. In Into the Wild, Chris McCandless abandoned modern society, hoping to find raw, transcendent experience in the Alaskan wilderness. He divorced himself from his upper-class family, gave away his life savings, and lived out of an abandoned bus in the Alaskan taiga, before eventually mysteriously succumbing to starvation. McCandless, contrary to the claims of myriad cynical critics, was not fatalistic or suicidal. He was a 21st century pilgrim in devout pursuit of spiritual connection with the natural world. And it was this devotion, not his untimely death, that inspired millions of readers. So you'll see that my introductory paragraph does a great job of targeting the prompt on that first slide. You'll see that it has those 4 elements, and the rest of the essay should flow pretty naturally from this introductory paragraph. Obviously, I'm going to tackle the main ideas that the prompt wants me to. So I'm going to talk about how he feels about government and law and family and friends. And in doing so, I will explain his overall worldview. And that should all connect to my central claim. So I want you to use this introductory paragraph as an example. Don't borrow any of my language, but when you're writing your own introductory paragraph, look at how I've created this one and try to model your own paragraph after this paragraph.